Everybody.
Whoop.
Okay, guys.
We need to stop. Well, welcome back to our podcast.
Goodbye.
Friday night, late vibes.
Yep,
you know the
that's
deal.
Starbies.
Hold on. If you're watching a video, our video, hers is very pretty compared to mine.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, mine is pretty. Sorry.
So, if you have your coffee, if you're driving, whatever you're doing right now, thank you for tuning in.
And oh my God, Alyssa and I have spent the past week in revelation, I think is the
it
word.
a revelation?
A life-changing experience.
I would say...
It is.
No, it is a life-changing experience.
Something has clicked.
Something had happened, and honestly, we needed it to happen because it was...
It's like one day we both
Honestly,
share.
it's actually really, really hard to talk about because I feel like it's so complex. It might sound insane.
But we'll break it up through probably a really long time. But today we're going to...
Jam it all into 33 minutes.
Not all, but we'll give a gist of kind of what we've discovered. We are going to take you through the trash can, okay? If you watched our previous episodes, we're putting it all together now. Alyssa talked about the trash can technique. And that's basically like if you're the person that has 1,029 anxious or not anxious thoughts and you literally can't process them and you just throw them all in the trash can to revisit later, we're going to be pulling each one out of the trash can today and we're going to be telling you why
it's important to kind of like organize.
Yes, and why you don't need certain thoughts in your life, why you do need certain thoughts, and what their place is for you.
Because some of your thoughts are actually trash. But
goodbye.
some of your thoughts actually need to be revisited and
some people in your life are trash.
Taken care of for real. Oh, did you really say that?
Yeah, I did. And some aren't. So.
But it's true.
It's true. So, in these 33 minutes, I think if you can catch on to what we've just spent a week in, it's going to be good. Because our week was not all good energy. It took a lot of bad to get to the good through this little journey.
We also stayed up until like almost 2 a.m. and
just trying to figure it. This makes no sense if you don't get it, but we were in something.
The girls, I'm just kidding now. The people who get it, and the people who don't. Sorry if you don't get it.
Sorry. Okay, we're being annoying. But if you could just not have all the negative parts that came with it like we did and just listen to these 33 minutes, you could change your life. So we're going to hop into it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the first thing will be, honestly, I feel like how you're starting your day off. You know how you said earlier how you know when you have a bad day or a good day? Yeah. I feel like that's the first initial start to your day, right?
Well, when I wake up, I know.
When Jocelynn wakes up.
Me, and I'm the most important, so.
You know.
Yeah, no, it's like. But you're this way too, so I know other people are like this, but it's like when I wake up, I know that's going to be a good day or a bad day. I either immediately am bombarded with 29,000 million bajillion. Bajillion, yeah, goes the extra mile in my head, guys. Thoughts. And I'm not saying these are always bad. Sometimes they are bad. Sometimes they're anxious thoughts. Sometimes it's just a million thoughts, but it's like I can't process the thoughts when I have life to do, and I also have thoughts. Or I wake up and I'm just doing so good that day, and I just get my stuff done, and it's just such an easygoing day. But I can't, as of now, control that, but I know from the time I wake up what day it's going to be.
And we're not certain if this is, anxiety or ADD or
a mix of everything.
Or a mix of just all of the above. But what we do know is
check off the
that
box,
we're a little mentally ridden.
under the weather.
We're mentally under the weather.
It's like, what do you have? All of the above. Me.
What is that when you check off, what is it? When your muscles get tight and
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Don't
you just
even
took
add
our mental health to our muscles?
No, it's like, when you go to the doctor, okay, check off everything that hurts. And you're
like all your symptoms.
Yeah,
and
I
ailments.
Ailments.
All your ailments.
All your ailments. Please tell them how you say vitamin.
I say vitamin. Alyssa thinks it's weird. This is a serious test. Do you say the right way, what I say, which is vitamin?
Or do you say it the right way? Vitamin.
The wrong way.
Vitamin.
Yeah, the wrong way.
Say it again.
Vitamin. Or the wrong way.
No.
Alyssa.
The right way.
No. The
vitamin.
It's vitamin.
It's vitamin.
Vitamin.
It's because you're not from Baltimore. I have to take my vitamins.
I have to take my vitamins. How do you say the word, when you go watch a play, where do you go?
To the theater. It's the theater.
Yeah, I said the theater.
Oh, I thought you were going to say theater or something.
No, I do say. I think I do say theater. Everyone makes fun of me the way I say it, but now I can't process it. Anyway. Whoo, take it, everybody. Let's take a deep breath together, collective. Breathe in.
Let's hope that you're at least laughing and you're not
breathe out.
Completely untuned by this point.
I'm breathing.
Not you, I'm talking to the audience.
Yeah, but we're all, actually, me and the audience were breathing. And you weren't, so let's breathe together. Breathe
that is actually one of my bad mental habits I need to check off, too.
It's not breathing?
No, I forget to breathe when I'm, like, anxious.
Are you anxious right now?
No, I'm just, I have so many thoughts, like we're talking about, and I just don't know where to start.
Okay, so let's just lead us into that, because that is what we're supposed to be talking about today. Are your thoughts?
Yeah, and your trash can full of them. So basically,
you're a trash can?
No, I said your trash can. I specifically stop.
No.
I specifically said your.
No. Is this another Susie example?
Your trash can.
Yeah, your trash can.
No, not you are.
Your.
Your has multiple. Specifically your trash can, like your purse. Not you are purse. I said, your fucking purse.
No, I was like, we're talking about your thoughts today, and you were like, you're a trash can.
Oh my god, we've already, yeah, you think people are, it's 7 minutes in, and you think people are still listening?
It's the vibe today. It's the vibe. We come to you with genuine
It's not the vibe, I think it's the coffee.
It's the vibe.
Yeah, it's like the vibe.
Yeah, vibe.
Your personal trash can that you have.
You're not a trash can, but your trash can of thoughts
is
filled.
What the fuck, Jocelynn?
This is just so real. It's just so raw.
Just gotta scream it out. Okay, so
let's just shake it out.
Shake it out. I can't because I need more deodorant.
Oh, whoa.
Thank God. In the grand scheme of things, the trash can that you have in your brain, we're here to pick that through. So I don't know what it is that you're going through right now or what you're thinking of. I really wish Jocelynn would shut the fuck up so we can fucking record. For real though, everybody has a dumpster in their head.
That's now a dumpster. Like you said trash can too many times. Now you guys have a dumpster. Like if you have anxiety, now you have all of the above. Diagnose them. They went from having maybe a little potty trash can, like just like a little bedside table trash can, to a dumpster. I mean, that's a lie. Like, I know we have dumpsters. They're like a whole fucking poop plant.
No, mine is like the fucking, what is it called? The dump?
Yeah, you're in the
I'm
dump.
Literally the dump.
I'm there.
That the dumpsters go to. Obviously, you're understanding, like, not like your meaning of life, but you're understanding your own version or purpose of your life and how you want it to be. You have a goal or set in mind or whatever, and you foresee this mountain that you're going to get up and climb and, achieve, but
life comes with trash cans full
of problems.
Thoughts, anxieties, worries, problems. It could be a drug, it could be addiction, it could be, like, we all have that trash can of things, and that is what we're kind of pulling apart, because I think to truly be free in this life and just go after what you know you need to go after and to embrace life as it is, you need to sort your way through that trash can, because the trash can, nobody empties the trash can but you.
Right.
So if you're always putting...
But I feel like some people skip over it, and they'll just empty it all at once, but it just somehow keeps getting full again. That's because you're not properly emptying your trash can. And when I say that, you know what I mean? You can't just pile everything on top of one another and never address the things that are really, bothering you, if that makes sense. So whatever it is, you already know these things. It doesn't matter. We're going to skip over this part. The second part is learning how to organize your thoughts while you're emptying this trash can.
That's hard.
It is hard because you have throughout your whole day, I'm sure you've thought of so many different things. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to send this, I have to pay this, I have to call this person, or I really, really want to do this, but I work here right now and I can't achieve this because of whatever reason. It's like you're kind of already stopping yourself. You are. Whatever. But now at this point, you've got your meaning of life. You've visualized this mountain for yourself. You've, distinguished, is that the word? What your fears are, and that your fears and your anxieties really kind of correlate with one another. And also, learning how sometimes maybe the way that you're feeling isn't truly just you. It's also everything that you pick up throughout the day, which also gets thrown into the trash can, but I feel like it's almost imaginary trash.
Yes,
it's not the trash that you're putting in there. It's almost stuff that lands on you anyway, and you have to learn how to...
Yeah. So this is kind of part of the revelation we've been in, and we'll share our personal experience, because I think this podcast, we're purposely making ourselves vulnerable to sharing some vulnerable things.
We tend to look everywhere else except keeping our mind just in like one constant direction. But learning how to discipline your mind is going to be the real game changer here.
It is, and it starts from the second you wake up.
I feel like your mind has to be attracted to everything.
Yeah.
But also attached to nothing.
That's a good one too. Attracted to everything, attached to nothing.
Yeah.
And that goes into something for me when you said, like, from the time you wake up, some people, if you, like, I'm an empath.
Please don't rub your foot on the fucking
Oh
carpet.
my God, shut up.
I'm so tired.
I'm an empath, and Alyssa's an empath. A lot of people are empaths, and basically for me, not only do I have a million of my own thoughts, but, like, I was talking to you about this today, I don't have social anxiety. Like, people,
you do things, you order things yourself.
But the things that I don't like doing, a therapist might classify as social anxiety, but I know myself it's not social anxiety. I'm not scared to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm independent, I like doing stuff myself, but personally me, like, it takes certain people for me to go out to a bar. Not like I don't want to go out to a bar, I like that sometimes, but for me it's like, that's not my top of mind thing, and it's like I really have to feel good energy with the people I'm going with. I don't just go out and meet up with people anymore. When I was younger, yes.
That is such a good
way to put it.
Because that's exactly what kind of, like, happened to me this weekend. I did not want to go out at all, but, like, I went out with good people, and it was a great time.
Yes, and like, for me, I just know I'm so impacted by energy around me that if I may be going with a wrong group of people, and you're also maybe drinking or whatever you're doing, especially at a younger age, you do things that...
Don't come at me like
you don't want to do. You don't want to do because you are impacted by maybe... I don't want to say negative influences around you, but they're not your people maybe. They're not energy that is fitting well with you. So now as I've gotten older, when I go out or whatever, like, I judge day of the energy of the people. Like, I can feel it, but I'm really in tune with myself then and there. But, you know, it's not that I have social anxiety going out, but a big part of me that I've realized this past week, and we've, you know, gone through some things to get this information, but I being empathetic or an empath, I don't think those two things even mean the same thing, and you're the same way. Like, if I go out to a bar...
Like, having empathy for somebody and being an empath is kind of the same thing.
Yeah. If I go to a bar, like, and there's 100 people in that bar, I'm picking up on all 100 people's energy. So, and it's not always great energy, right? There's
and it's
drama.
It's not on purpose.
No,
it's a subconscious thing that just you feel the second you walk in the door.
I didn't realize that, and same thing with you. Like, I never realized that. You don't really realize you're doing that because we've been that way our whole entire lives.
Right.
But, like, if Alyssa and I are talking, and all of a sudden she gets a negative thought in her head, and you're, like, thinking about something stressful, it's like, I know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking to you, and it's like, all of a sudden now, we had this happen to us another day when we tried to film a podcast, we just couldn't, because we both just, like...
It just wasn't...
we just felt it. So, like, I know, not everybody is like that, but if you are, you get it, and it's like, that's me. If I go into a concert, if I go to a bar, somewhere with a lot of people, it's really overwhelming because I'm picking up on so many different energies. And especially if you're in a bar, there's a lot of drama going on. There's a lot of, you know, this and that. So it's not great energy always to pick up on. So, anyways, that's kind of a half of your trash can is kind of filled with other things that aren't you. And you know that from taking clients at work.
So when I when I first started kind of like taking clients, or when I really had a shift in my life, I got really, well, I already said this, but I actually felt like I was just really, really sick. My body was just like purging. I lost a lot of weight. I was getting sick a lot. I was waking up with like nosebleeds. I had like horrible, horrible nightmares, which actually the nightmares haven't really been as bad, which is weird. But regardless, I started realizing that it was because I would go all day, no breaks, you know, whatever, eat here and there. But, like, sometimes not even eat. But, like, I, you know, would have one cool client that was, like, so amazing. Oh, my God, she'd make me feel like I could just, like, continue and, like, take everybody. And then I would have one client that was just, like, very, very troubled and, like, you know, maybe a little bit harder. No, it's just like, you know, maybe they had a bad day, maybe whatever. But, you know, they come to me to drop it off. You know, so a lot of my clients, there's a few that maybe don't you know, they just come in to get the service and leave, and they're in a great jolly mood, and they're just they know themselves. And there's a few people that, like, you know, they come in and, like, I know I need to be that person for them, and regardless, like, I'm gonna do that, but I wasn't protecting myself like I do now. So, like, I wasn't protecting myself, and I was caring too much, and when they would leave, I felt like I was strained throughout the whole day.
Now, when you're that person that you can provide a service but also be somebody that can connect with your clients, that's a really powerful thing.
Yeah.
But you do need, in that situation, in any situation, like, I think we should talk about protecting your energy, because this is something Alyssa and I did not do. We didn't do, and we're both very
So we did everything else.
Besides this,
which should have been the first thing we should have done.
And this is what we've realized this past week, a big part of it, and it's changed our lives. Because it's huge, and I'm sure we'll have a whole nother podcast on this, because it's just so much we could say. But
do you remember that analogy you said in another episode?
What?
About, like, the annoying Kathy, that, you know, the Chiefs puffs on the floor. This almost kind of ties in with that a little bit, because you know how I always talk and then I lose my train of thought. It almost happened for a second, but I didn't let it happen. I just feel like this is basically what's kind of what we're, like, talking about, like, right now, is, like, that Karen is, like, she's already absorbed all the energies, or Kathy, whatever. She's already absorbed all the energies, and other people are wanting to kind of, like, I feel like feed off of that and, like, continue on the negativeness or whatever. Yeah. But, like, knowing when to acknowledge that, like, is almost just like going to McDonald's and them getting your food order wrong, instead of being like, yeah, so, like, you got my order wrong, you know, they were really, really bitchy about it, or you were really bitchy about it, or vice versa, whatever. Learning how not to be, that negative person, or if that person's being negative to you, just to be like, okay, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to let this ruin my day.
You're negative.
And, like,
I'm not taking that
you can't just let shit piss you off.
No, because you don't realize that it's not, when you let it piss you off, your intention is letting that energy in. And it sounds...
It almost actually disrupts the whole purpose of your intention anyway.
And it sounds, like...
cliche.
Crazy, and you were like, oh, what do I just stand up and set my intentions? Like, yes, you do.
Like, stand up, actually. Your friend Taylor had a great analogy where she was like, literally, like, clap your negative peoples away.
Negative energy, anything you don't want.
I've actually been doing that every morning, so.
Yeah, and it works.
And I laugh at them, too.
Basically, if you pick up, and I'd actually be interested, like, I know for you work alone, so when people come in, they might feel, and you're, like, one-on-one with them for maybe hours at times, but I would be interested to know, like, maybe if you're a dentist or a nurse or anything you do where you work with clients, I would want to know if other people do have experiences where maybe you don't even realize it, but you are picking up on your client's
servers?
energy. Yeah, like, do you pick up on your client's energy to a level that maybe impacts you when you go home? I think we all actually do a little bit. Yeah. Now, some people more than others. But I'd be interested to know. But
unfortunately, this is where I think a lot of life and things come into play, where it's like, let's say you're a mother, right? And, you know, you are already having this problem at work where you, like, are picking up people's energies, but you also have to go home to a completely different energy and learn how to tune your energy so your baby's energy or kid's energy doesn't pick up on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all flows from one thing to another. It all starts with you.
Yeah, and it's like, even if you don't have a kid, but, like, you're dating or you have a husband, it's like...
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a kid, but I'm just saying something.
You can't let, if you don't learn how to sort through your trash can, if you don't learn how to block, like, protect your energy, like, people say that cliche, but it's a real thing, then you can ruin your life without realizing it. Now, that sounds horrible, but I'm saying, like, think about this, like you were saying. Say I go to work, I have a horrible day. I had 3 clients, and they just, like, gave me the worst vibes. You know, they all were in turmoil, and I've carried that with me. So now my days
turmoil.
In turmoil. I mean, in the dumpster. But if I carry that with me, and then I go home, and me and my husband have dinner, and I'm holding that energy with me, if that keeps happening day in and day out, like, my husband is now, he's not going to really want to be around me because I'm bringing negative energy to the table all the time, and I'm giving that to him. So you don't realize, like, that's not fair, because that wasn't my energy to begin with. That was somebody else's. My energy,
now
I
you just put it on somebody else.
Yeah, and then I'm now putting it on someone else, like a chain reaction. But your energy at the soul core level, it's good energy, right? We're good people. So it's like, if you can just keep your energy, and then, like, all the negative vibes, negative
Because imagine if everybody did that, there would be so much less negative energy. Because regardless, if you walked out here and you just, like, crashed your car or something, or, like, crashed into the stop sign, your night's, like, ruined. You're, like, so pissed off and negative as fuck or whatever. And you don't realize when you're mad and upset, you don't have any control over being mad or upset. You're just mad and upset. There's nothing that can change that. But I feel like when you've actually gained control is when you got mad or really upset, and you can literally sit there and just like.
You take that. You know what it takes.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. It takes that step back. Like it's.
I feel like you have to be the person to not put the negative energy out, but also if you notice somebody is, to not receive it, because you subconsciously absorb negativeness. I mean, it's just like growing up in a toxic home. Then you're gonna, deal with problems maybe when you're older. Like, things can only happen so many times until you start to actually pick up on them, where you're like, I'm so tired of feeling like this, I need to do something about this. And that's what kind of happened to me. Is like, it literally went on for like a year and a half before I was like, I'm so tired of feeling like this. And I bought an app and I started meditating, and meditating has absolutely changed my life.
Yeah. And I think a good way, like if you're not super into maybe energies or you don't understand this, it can't hurt.
You don't have to be. Yeah. I'm not saying like you listening. It might say it's kind of, I feel like, a hard concept to like grasp, but it's because it's so simple.
But it actually is simple.
But it's so complex at the same time.
Like the power of your life is in your hands. Now things can just happen, but think of it as like, there's this ultimate goal of where you're going to end up, but life's a maze, and you get to take different turns to try to get there, right? And it's like, you can take bad turns, you can take good turns, we have free will. But you got to see it from that higher perspective of like, okay, but I'm getting to this good place that I want to be, and just stay on path where you feel
like
guided.
Like keeping your mind in the same direction.
But where you can come in and control it is, like you're saying, control your mind, because you can choose what you let in. Nothing you don't let in can come in, right? So, like, I could have 10 really negative clients, and I can talk to them and let it in, but then sometimes you have to let someone in to help them, right? So it's fine. But then you have to know how to, like, when they leave, it's almost like think of yourself in a bubble. You're in your own little bubble. Nobody can come in this bubble. You don't let anybody in this bubble besides love, compassion, good energy. But you're not getting attached to anybody. But you're just selective of what comes to your bubble. Like, literally look in the mirror and visualize a bubble. Or think of yourself with a bunch of mirrors facing outward.
Like, so reflecting everything off.
Yeah, so if someone comes in and puts negative energy towards you, it reflects back. Like, you know what I mean? If you
like,
have a
that's
bubble,
their negative energy, and they need to know that shit.
It's almost like we had an example right before we filmed this podcast where we were in really, really good vibes. And then I got a text message and a call, and it was someone being negative, and it was like, in the old days, it would have just like, I wouldn't be able to do this podcast.
Like, I'm not even in the mental headspace right now to do this. Like, that's
how
Jocelynn would be.
What I said literally out loud, which I think is
negative energy.
Yeah, it's so simple, but it's real. I was like, no. That's their negative energy. They can be negative. It stays over there. I'm good, right? I processed it, took it in, and it.
Or like what I liked what you said after that was like, which everybody I feel like should hear, is like when something negative or bad happens, being able to be like, okay, like, yeah, like that's negative, that's happening, but like I'm here right now, everything's good where I'm at, everything around me is good.
I wish you well, but...
I wish you well, I wish nothing bad, obviously. Never wish anything bad on anybody. No. I feel like jealousy also comes into play with these things. You can't be jealous of other people. Never any...
You should be so on your own life journey and looking at the light in your life and where you want to be in the good things and focusing on happy, positive, good energy that you don't need to wish negative on people. You don't need to be jealous
because you have everything. You have everything you want. Everything us humans want is free.
Yeah.
Like, truly want everything we want is free. And understanding that, you really can, I feel like, change a lot of the ways that you act and the ways that you talk to people, and just starting waking up in the morning, changing the way that you think when you wake up, and like whenever people get up in the morning, oh my god, I have to get out of bed, I have to go to fucking work, blah blah blah. Like, why do you have to be like that? Why can't it be like, oh, I'm so happy to get out of bed and brush my teeth and wash my face, and like I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna make money, and then when I get off I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. But nope, we just constantly focus on every little negative thing first, and then try to enjoy the day. Like, how does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. And I think, like, if you want a practical way of, like, putting this into place, we could talk about that, like, your day-to-day. I think first thing in the morning, set your intentions for the day.
But you need to revisit those intentions at least, like, midway through the day.
But I think, like, literally try it. Like, literally test it out. If you wake up one day and you're like, today is going to be a great day. I'm going to get all the things on my to-do list done, and then I'm going to enjoy myself tonight. Then at the end of the day, you're like, wow, I had a great day. Because you already went in with that intention. Versus if you just get up, like, have you ever been at the point where you're so busy, like for a couple weeks you're in this rut where you're not even like maybe brushing your hair. Like you're literally just getting up and flying out the door and working and just on this like go mode. I mean, you don't feel stable or good about yourself. Mm-hmm. That's not okay. Like you need to wake up, and I would say the first thing you do, wake up, thank whatever that you're awake. Maybe do a short meditation, pray, whatever it is, just to like be there now and not get on your phone and let all these thoughts be stimulated, like whatever. And then set your intention. Literally, as you're doing your little morning routine, say what you want out of today. You can like I look stupid, but like I talk into a mirror. I know. I mean,
it's not but, like, stupid. I think that it's actually healthy, and even with just doing your routine, as simple as like when you're washing your face. I mean, I'm not just saying wash your face, but I mean when you're washing your face, like really like feel your face, like feel who you are, and like when you're brushing your hair, like feel your hair, like this is you. Like learn to love life, little things in life, not like feel like it's a to-do list you have to check off. But I think like for me, this is an example of me in the morning. Let's each give our morning example. Like for me, mine might look like, I'm brushing my hair, whatever. I'm just going to say, all right, so today I want to get a quick workout in before I even start work, and then I'm going to have work. I have a couple things to do. I hope I can cross everything off the list, and finish up quick and be productive, maybe do an extra thing. I'm going to take a little midday walk. I think that's going to be good. And then I have 2 classes, so I just hope that I can be prepared, get everything done, be an active participant, and then at the end of the day, I'll give myself some free time, and today's going to be a good day. And then I get everything done. Versus, if I wake up in the morning and I just start my day, it's like, I don't have time to work out. You know what I mean? I suddenly don't have time because I'm too overwhelmed with my day. And then I start working, and it's like, instead of getting the 5 things that I need to get done, I get 3 done because I'm somewhere in my head. All the thoughts are coming. I can't focus. And your trash can overflowed from the day prior.
I never emptied that trash can, so it's still there.
Just overflowing.
And then I'm running to school. I didn't do the reading for my class, right? Like, I am not prepared, so now I'm not an active participant because I am not prepared, and then I feel like I'm just awkwardly waiting for the class. So it just goes and goes and goes. Yeah, it's a domino effect. So do you see how starting your morning with just setting like this is what I'm going to do and then doing it changes your life? Yeah,
actually, I started meditating in the morning, so.
Yeah, that's good too.
And it's not. I'm not talking like you got to like literally sit up and do all these things. I'm talking. I literally go on my phone. My app automatically messages me every day because I have levels. And I pick a meditation depending on how long. So let's say if I woke up actually early this day and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do a 10-minute meditation. That just means I'm going to put it on and I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to go not really back to sleep, but in a relaxed state where I don't allow myself to go back to sleep, but just absorb information. So when that 10 minutes is up, I'm ready for my day. I don't feel tired anymore. I don't feel that like urge to keep rolling over and going back to bed.
Now some people will be like, where do I fit in that time? But I think it's really important, and you've realized this, is like
you have all the time. You're never going to get more time. You only have 24 hours. So like you make that time.
You think like I have to work because I have to make money to pay my bills, right? Or I have to go to school because I have to get my degree or whatever it is. But there's no school, there's no work, there's nothing without you. So if you're like, working out isn't an extra thing. Doing a meditation isn't an extra thing that's on top of, like, those are actually your priorities. Work, school, and all those things, they need to happen to live, but that stuff is not going to happen, and it's not going to be sustainable if there's no you. So why are we processed, or like, why is our brains programmed to think like that's not the priority, and that's like, if I have time, I'll meditate? You're never going to do it if you think like that. No, it's like that
because society literally already has your brain wired to like run a certain way. So maybe say fuck society and run your brain your own way, because God forbid you
need yourself to
get dementia when you're older and you've wasted now an amazing brain that you could have really put to use throughout your whole life. All I'm saying is what you can at least take from today is start taking control of your mind and your thoughts and keeping them in one going direction. And I think disciplining yourself, discipline your mind, take accountability for, your laziness and your actions. And like, it's not even really just that. It's just being honest with yourself instead of letting the negative energy that
don't let it be
surrounds us. Yeah, become you.
It's negative energy. It's outside your
Once
bubble.
you let it become you, it's kind of harder, I feel like, to get rid of it.
The longer you have let that become you, it actually starts to become you.
And I mean, some people don't, and then some people never realize it. So people will just be negative for the rest of their life, or you're going to understand it, you're going to figure it out, and, maybe you've been sent to watch these podcasts or listen to us for a reason, but I really, really hope that, like, even after today, you at least get a better mindset from what you're hearing. Because
I just think of the bubble or the mirrors example,
reflect the negative energy back onto them.
Yes, and just like sometimes you deal with negative things, like bad things, like it's life, right? But it's kind of like you deal with it, process it, and you that doesn't, just because you deal with it mentally, it doesn't mean it's in your bubble.
What a great way to start a Monday episode.
Yeah, this is tackle your freaking weeks. And I will say, the one thing I'll add for this week on top of those things is at the end of the day.
I already finished it before you asked me.
You were ready. At the end of the day, I think it's just as important. Like, meditation and prayer can be at the beginning and end of your day.
Prayer doesn't have to mean to God. Prayer can just mean whatever you decide to
pray to. But it's good to set your intention in the morning, but I think at night, it's really a good habit to empty your trash can. It might seem like a burden, but like you said, if you don't, you bring it into the next day.
If you need any tips, I do mine in the shower.
Yeah.
So
find your place. I do mine in the car, like listening to music.
I'm a Pisces, so I'm a water baby, and I feel like the water absorbs all my energy, and then I let it go all down the drain, and then I get back out and I'm fresh again. So great analogy.
However emptying that trash can looks for you, but like just giving a time where you don't have to do other things and letting those thoughts just go sort through them time by time or one by one and go by them one by one, process it, think of where it needs to go and put it in its place, and then that way you can have a good night and wake up the next day and set your intentions. And I think these habits, you're either going to be like, okay, I'm going to do them for 2 days and not do them, or you're going to do them and your life will change. And we're saying that because we're doing this, yes, but we're not saying... We're in the process
of being better at doing this. And
we want to be better.
Yeah, and I mean, so far this past week, ever since our last week...
revelation.
Is that a word? Are you
sure?
It is. Not.
But I do think one day, if you stick around, we have stories for days. It will come one day. You never know.
But again, regardless, with this whole podcast and this little community that we're building, we've listened this far.
Tell us yours.
Yeah, we want to hear your reviews. Please comment, DM us, whatever. We already kind of got together a highlight on our Instagram for it, but we really appreciate. I feel like the support.
Everyone that sets up. Yeah, and that's the real. This is not. We really want this to be a community.
It's not like we're trying to get everybody in the area where we live or anything. We're trying to reach people that probably don't even live in America. This needs to be an everybody thing.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I know this was a little hobjob of a lot of stuff. I don't know if that's a word. But
we tend to do that, though.
Yeah, this is kind of entering a little bit of a new phase in the podcast. We took everything we talked about, we threw a lot of information out, and then in the weeks to come, I think we'll tackle this information with some of our personal experience, some more thoughts, and dive into each one. But as always, if there's a specific thing that's been on your mind or you've realized, please bring it up. We can make it a topic because your thoughts are there for a reason.
And we will mention you if you want us to.
Yeah, and thoughts, not only are they there for a reason, but we're just a bunch of energy learning from other people's experiences and thoughts. It's not stupid. It's good to listen to what people have to say. So it's really the best form of learning is your own, experiences and stuff like that. So as always, leave us a review. Keep tuning in. Video version on YouTube.
Subscribe, download, all the fun stuff.
Or you can hit all of our podcasts on the other platforms. We do have TikTok. We post little bits. Obviously, Instagram, Facebook to keep up with us. And we are really happy to be here, really happy to get all the feedback, and can't wait to see you guys next Monday, early in the morning.
Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys next Monday.
And we got to say it.
Oh. Indulge in yourself.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.